Hello there, Sorry from 17 once again. This is my God Hard, why do I say that? God Hand hard mode fun run. And I actually lost the beginning of this level where I punched those blocks into the space to open the doorway that initiates this fight, so I do apologise about that, folks. I've had a lot of moments in making this where things have gone kind of goofy and wrong, but I suppose it's kind of in the theme of what God Hand is. It is a goofy game that it can go wrong very quick. And this first encounter here took forever. And all it is two standard enemies and one of the fat guys with the samurai blades, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't get it to work. I kept getting clipped, I kept getting hit, I kept, doing something slightly interesting, and then I'd get hit by something silly. And it lasted a long time. And then as soon as I got the first three guys, the rest of this just kind of fell into place. So I'm taking on these two dudes here. They are slightly upgraded normal versions of the brown guys. And when I say slightly upgraded, did you see that just then? He did an extra part of the standard combo, which is what you're going to see in this game. They will extend certain combos depending on their level. He turned into a blade demon, which I wasn't too pleased with, but I'm going to chain yank him, do a couple of jabs, and then fail a prompt cancel. But we still get the damage from the pummel, so it's all good. And then I'm going to use God Hand to get rid of this guy, because I really don't want him wasting what we've just achieved, because unfortunately here, I don't think there's a checkpoint on this entire level. It's kind of brutal. There's a checkpoint between running forward 5 yards and pushing 2 switches, and then there's none. It's one of the examples of why I think this game could have really done with a little bit more player-friendly checkpoints, and I don't say that to get rid of the challenge. I think this game should be a challenge and is still a challenge with good checkpoints. I just think there are certain moments where it's kind of ridiculous, and that's coming from somebody who's played a lot of God Hand and I've got used to it, but even so, I imagine if you're first playing this game, there are some moments where you're just like, this is endless, this feels like it will not stop. And my emulator just died just then, as we flip this guy into the air. This is one of those interesting sequences where the spawns are rather dynamic, and the dynamic is not the most interesting one on this particular moment, but it is slightly different. I think it's a timed interval between when these people start turning up, and they'll keep dropping down, as you can see. And it sounds like a pretty bad proposition at first, but once you get used to controlling crowds and fighting more than 3 people, when it's just a handful of people coming at you, you do feel a lot more comfortable, and it's something that happens over time. It doesn't happen overnight, guys. It's going to take you a while to get comfortable, because every enemy on this game is dangerous, and even one enemy on its own can embarrass you, because it's just how God Hand works. But I pick up the tension card just then, the power up, the heat up card, whatever it's called, and it gives me a nice bonus. Am I going to change my guard breaker? What am I changing? Looks like I'm quite indecisive at the moment. Oh, I'm changing my basic combo, okay. Well, that's okay, I guess. Some slight alterations. Does it pay off? I don't know. My goal in this, folks, is pretty much every time I get new moves, I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to constantly try to revise and change my standard combo and my standard command inputs, so that you see me use moves that you might not know exist, or that you might not know can be applied, and I'm going to try my best to do interesting things with them as we get the second demon of the video, which I've been doing some practice against the demons, and I understand them a lot more, but they're still pretty random when they want to be, and I was trying to figure out a way to get a guaranteed counter hit on them after they break your guard, when you hit their guard breaker with a normal hit, and they kind of knock your hands away. After that, this creature can do a few things, but he will prioritise, it seems, through testing, that he likes to do the combo, the like smack, 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 weird flaily arm combo that he can do. And what I practiced doing is backflipping once, and then doing an uppercut that was charged ever so slightly, and it either counter hits and gives him a perfect launch, he either flips out of it, or it just hits him and you're okay. I practiced it for about an hour to see if it was, a guaranteed strategy, and I never took damage and I never traded, but when I tried to do longer charges and when I tried to do no charge, then I could lead to possibilities where I got hit. So as much as I would like to call it a guaranteed hard counter to that move, if he does it, I don't think it is, and I kind of think that's how this game works in a lot of ways. There are things that can work, and there are things that you can make work, but nothing is guaranteed to work every time. A strategy you see a lot with demons is when you jab a demon and it hits him, he will always try and counterpunch you. So you can jab him once and then you can use a launch move and you'll counter hit him, and you can use that to get some interesting setups. But there are times when he blocks it. There are times when he doesn't immediately counter, or he counters with a slower move. So the thing to always realise when you play God Hand is it's all about the reactions, it's all about seeing what they do. And because the moves are so quick, you've got to see them for large periods of time to get that muscle memory and to react accordingly, because if you don't, you just get hit. But thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and you take care now.